Hi everyone, let's continue our series on how to construct an article that gets attention, and today we want to look at the content of the article, and basically we're going to look at the article opener, the middle content, the middle part of your article, and that's where you're basically giving the information away, and the closer. And you'll notice I've placed some question marks alongside the closer of the article. We'll get to that in a moment. But firstly, let's look at the opener. And what you want to do here is try to get straight to the point, because if you don't, you're going to lose them. Guaranteed they are going to click away. Now, they've found your article or your web page or your website via a keyword they've typed into the search engine. It's obviously someone looking for a solution. You've got that solution for them, and you want to sort of get into it fairly quickly as soon as they get to your page. So in the first 2 or 3 paragraphs, you want to sort of get straight to the point and kind of tell them what you are going to give them in the article. You need to touch their emotional side. That's very important. Someone looking for an answer or a solution. They've got a problem. They want to solve it. So you want to get into their emotional side, and you want to invite them to stay tuned for the solutions. That's what we talked about, giving them some clue of what you're going to give them in the article. Now, just as an example, here's an article that I recently wrote, and basically it starts off and it's on network marketing and network marketing leads, and basically say, ever felt like you were getting ripped off by lead companies? So straight away I'm touching their emotional side, spending hundreds of dollars on leads when most of the time all they deliver is an earful of abuse and frustration and nothing to show for it. So if someone is having that problem, they're obviously going to identify with your article, and they're going to be interested to read more. And then about the 4th paragraph is where I tell them that in this article we are going to give you or show you 5 ways to boost your lead acceptance rate and kiss rejection goodbye. So I've started the article off with the problem that they're more than likely having, because that's how they found your article. They obviously typed in a key phrase that relates to it, and then I'm going to tell them how they're going to solve that problem. So you want to touch their emotional side, and you basically want to get straight to the point. So now you give them the solution. So now you're getting into the middle part of your article, and the thing you want to do here is give them enough, but don't give away the farm. You don't want to sort of completely satisfy their appetite, because the goal is to get them down to your resource box and clicking on your links and going to to your landing page where your offers are, and that's basically where you want to get them to. And if you promise to give them 5 tips, if you promise to give them 7 or even 10 tips, make sure you give it to them, because they will realize pretty quickly, and the last thing you want is to have them clicking away. And it's often said that the attention of a visitor to a web page isn't held for that long, so you want to sort of get into it as quick as you can. So basically, we've looked at the opener and the content in this lesson. Now the article closer, and you'll notice that I've put that question mark there, the article closer. Now, I never close an article. I used to, and it was a big mistake, because basically by closing an article you're giving them permission to click away. You're saying, well, that's all I've got for you today. No need to stay on this page any longer. You can now go away. You never want to do that. You want to keep them, or leave them hanging in a nice sort of a way. As I said before, give them enough information, but don't give away the farm, and never tell them that that's it and that's all you've got for them, because you want to let the resource box do the closing for you. And we'll take a look at that in our next couple of lessons. Now, here's an example of what we mean by never closing. You never want to do this. Something like, well, that's all I have for you, and I hope you've enjoyed the article. Or remember what I've taught you here and implement it as soon as you can, and you'll be all the better for it. So both those 2 statements are like saying, well, that's it, that's all I've got. Now you can go away. You don't want to do that. You want to keep them there, keep them hanging, because the resource box is going to be the closer of your article. Now, as a journalist, when I first started marketing online, I was also always taught to close articles, or to close a news story. And it took me a little while to realize that's not what you do as an online marketer. It's a completely different kettle of fish, and you'll get to realize just how powerful your resource box is to close your articles. And as I said, don't ever don't ever close like this. Well, that's all I have for you, and I hope you've enjoyed the article, because they'll click away. Make no mistake, you'll lose them. And it's a shame to do that after getting them so far down your article and to that all-important resource box. So just recapping, opening couple of paragraphs should get to the point. Why? Because you've got a hungry reader who is likely a very targeted prospect. Now, someone that's found your article is more than likely has more than likely typed in a long tail key phrase with intent to buy, so they're probably in a buying frame of mind. And the last thing you want to do is start the article off with plenty of fluff and get them to lose interest, because as I've said before, they will click away. You won't hold their attention span for very long, so get straight to the point. You need to deliver what you promise, and lastly, of course, never close an article. So that's basically the content of the article in a nutshell. There's still more to come here. In our next lesson, I'm going to look at the cosmetic look of an article. An article can look ugly enough for someone not to even bother reading the first paragraph, and we'll show you what an article like that looks like in our next lesson, and show you how to make an article look visually attractive to a reader. It's something most article marketers don't pay attention to or don't consider, but it is so vital in keeping someone's attention and making them want to read your article from start to finish, and then your resource box. That's coming up in our next lesson.